Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
Oh, baby.
That's right, peasants. Kneel down before your monarch. It's time for another episode of One World Under Doom, the Doctor Doom podcast. I am Phil, and joining me as always, the master's favorite avian. It is.
That's right. Justin the Owl going back to the future for this one.
Back to the future.
Back to the future.
That's right, kids. We're as excited as you heard Ray a few moments ago. Yes, because we're covering the first 4 issues of Doom 2099.
Yes. And I don't know if I mentioned it on the last episode, but I'll go on record in saying that this is one of my favorite comic series of all time.
I think you've said, well, again, I can't remember if you said it on air or not, but
I mentioned it somewhere. I don't remember where, but I've
you might just mention it to me. I don't know.
Yeah, but I love this series, and I really did from the beginning, from the onset. I love everything about it. The writing, the artwork, the characters, the stories, the direction. I mean, it kind of went off the rails towards the end, as we'll eventually discover, but for the first couple of years, it was just gold, solid gold throughout. And I still, and whenever I go back and revisit it, I still love it. Like these floppies that we're going to read tonight, half of them, the covers are missing because I read them so much, the covers fell off.
Yeah, I know the second issue. I have a little bit of damage on like the spine. Yeah,
they're pretty weathered, but that just shows how much I read them. Like I continuously went back and reread this series because I held it in such high regard, and I still do. I think it's held up really well.
Oh yeah. And I feel like it's such a shame that a lot of it isn't on the app. I mean, there's a few issues, kids, but there's not a lot of for them. I'd say the majority aren't on there, right?
They start at issue 24 and then go. It's basically when Warren Ellis takes over the title.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think they start from there, but they do. What is it? Issue 13 or 4. There is an issue before that, but it's because it's part of Fall of the Hammer crossover. That's why it's
right.
Yeah,
right. Which maybe we'll just, I don't know, maybe we'll do like an episode just on that story at some point. I don't know.
You know what I was thinking? Maybe do that for an anniversary. Get as many people as we can. Pick like one scene from that story, and like we do like a live read.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. Fall of the Hammer.
I call Spider-Man 2099.
I call Doom.
I figured.
Yeah, that sounds fun. Let's do it.
Oh my god! Can you imagine?
Oh man, we'll have fun with that.
Noel Tate as Punisher 2099.
Yeah. Russell is Ravage 2099. Wild like an animal.
Exactly.
Yes.
And Lil's gonna be like, "Oh, you stick me as some stupid Thorite or something."
Wild like an animal.
She could be one of the X-Men 2099.
Oh, that's right. They're in there too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to get a good bit of people in here.
Yeah. I can see that being super fun.
Oh yeah. All right, so. All right, shall we jump in?
Yes.
We don't have synopses, but I can do credits, and I do have covers. And again, the scans of the issue 1 cover do not do it in all its foily justice.
Oh, true. You need the foil for this one, folks.
Exactly. Yeah.
That does not do the justice, but
yes, that way forwarder is all foil, kids. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, so we have Doom 29, and I have thoughts about how how they could have opened this, or because again, Doom's spoilers, has a partial memory, but I had thoughts on how they could have done several ways they could have done this, but all right. Doom 2099 #1 from January 1993, Muses of Fire. Writer John Francis Moore, penciler Pat Broderick, and inker Pat Broderick. Colorist Christy Sheely, letterer John Costanza.
Costanza, here he is again.
He's always, that's what I'm saying, man. He's always here. And editor Joey Cavalieri. All right, so no synopsis, so let's crack open your books, kids.
We'll go right into it.
Oh my God. Look at that inside cover. Yes, kids, get the Turbo Touch 360.
The Turbo Touch 360. Longer play or your money back.
Not even Super Nintendo, for the Nintendo Entertainment. God world. All right.
Plays great with Sonic 2.
And Street Fighter 2, yes. TMNT 3.
But yes, we see a gorgeous view of the Latveria of the future, 2099, and we're introduced to a couple of our new characters, Wire and Zandra, who are up to no good.
Well, they're buying something from this guy who all of a sudden comes to the attention of the guardsmen.
Yep. There's kind of a military state going on here where everybody's constantly under watch. And the guardsmen take off after Wire and Zandra, who try to escape them on a little hover sled, and go up to some castle ruins to try to evade the guardsmen. And as they do so, they're introduced to the main man.
Well, figure, kind of materializes in this ball of light. And
Yep. And he looks very familiar. My castle destroyed. What has happened here? How long have I been away?
And then, of course, the guardsmen are unauthorized, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, you dare threaten me? Don't you know who he pulls the
Don't you know who I am?
I am Doom. And
blows him up.
That nice little, get the credits on a nice little splash page there as he blows him up. Yeah.
It's so good. Wire and Son are like, oh, wow.
Love Wire. He's like, whoever that guy is, I hope he knows we weren't with those guardsmen. And he's like,
calm him what year it is.
Yeah, he's like, I do not battle with children.
My castle no longer stands. How did this occur? But then they tell him the big news. Tiger Wild is the new leader of Latveria.
Yes. Wild with a Y, kids.
Wild with a Y.
And an E.
Yeah. And that's when they let him know what year it is. It's 2099.
Yes, he's saying it's much later than he expected.
Yeah.
He's like, it's time to make Latveria remember me. So, yes, he goes to the capital and just walks in on Tiger Wild here, having a little.
Just kind of barges into his office,
which I kind of like because again, Tiger Wild's having this conversation with Tyler Stone and Alchemax.
Yes, he used to work for Alchemax.
But
then he left on his own accord. He split off and did this basically a coup.
And I forget what issue it is. It's like one of the early issues of Spider-Man 2099. We see the other side of it. We see this conversation from Tyler Stone's side.
Yes. Yeah, I love that. Yeah. This is very clever. But we're also introduced to one of Tiger Wild's advisors, Fortune.
Yes.
Who supplies him with regular daily tarot card readings. She's a member of the same Romani group that we'll later discover that Doom is from.
Yes.
But speaking of it, which he comes blasting right on in.
Literally.
Do not make me waste any more energy on dog soldiers. I am Victor Von Doom. I demand to see Tiger Wild. They think it's a Doom bot.
Yeah, well, yeah, his guy has another Doom bot. So it's like, so I guess like random, like, you know, damaged Doom bots have been roaming the countryside.
Yeah, that makes sense considering how many they manufactured. But
Mhm.
yeah, that's their automatic assumption. But yeah, he kind of surprises Tiger Wild by giving him kind of a chokehold at first. But then here's the big surprise: Tiger Wild turns the tables on Dr. Doom.
Oh yeah, he's like, I tired of this nostalgia. He's like, you're a ghost of the past. And again, I mean, his armor's probably 100 years behind the times. So.
Yeah, it's very antiquated, and he even says that. Do you really think your antiquated armor was enough to succeed where the best corporate soldiers failed?
Levy's like, didn't anticipate Cyborg.
Yeah, blasts his hand off, but that's not enough to stop Tiger Wild. He grabs him by the throat, and then we get some great Kirby crackle all over the place.
Oh yeah,
as he feeds back the energy from Doom's armor back into him and fuses the circuitry.
fuses it, slags it. Yeah. But then
Scraps it.
he's like, let's see who's pretending to be Doom, and takes that mask off, and he's like, it's not a scarred face, kids.
Yeah, and it's a young face. He says, you're too young to be the 20th century warrior who overthrew Latveria's royal house, and far too pristine. History says Doom's face was hideously scarred. Allow me to complete the masquerade. And then he zaps his face with his electrified hand. Oh man.
So yeah, I love Tiger Wild. Zone, find out who hired this fool and clean this up. He's bleeding on my rug.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Later on, he wakes up in a camp. And Fortune has spirited him away. We're also introduced to Vox, who's a mute, coincidentally. Yeah, and then there's a nice conversation here between Fortune and Doom, where they kind of get to know each other. They're from the Zephyro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Zephyro clan.
And she kind of has that little piece of jewelry there. She says it's been passed from generation to generation. And Doom's like, yeah, I gave this to Boris, the one man I called friend.
Mm-hmm. And we all know who Boris is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I loved that. I love that little nod to the past. It was really nice. But yeah, then we get another introduction to Wire.
Yep.
The boy from the ruins. How can he help me? And she says, if you need information, Wire can access any world database. Which we'll see throughout this series. He becomes an integral part in Doom's supporting cast here.
It's so funny because when she says he skates through cyberspace effortlessly, it's 1993. I'm waiting for, literally like a VR icon, just him actually on a surfboard surfing the internet.
Oh, we're gonna see that. Yeah,
yeah.
We're gonna see him literally surfing here pretty soon. Yeah, it's great. But then they go to a mountain range, the Malhela Mountains, in southern Latveria. And that's when Doom presents that diadem that he gave to Boris. And it opens a secret base. Oh, I can't hear you, Phil.
Somehow
there you are.
got muted. Yeah, because I just noticed that. I was like, can you hear me? And you didn't hear me. So
nope.
Yeah, I don't know if I hit something or what, but
that's all right.
Yeah. I like that little suits Doom's wearing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's kind of a precursor of what we'll see later on in the issue.
Oh,
yeah.
But yeah, I love that little hangar in the mountain there.
Yeah, tucked away in the mountain range.
Because again, that was part of the thing he gave Boris. It's like,
he
needed to get out of the country.
it makes sense you would have these little secret bases squirreled away all across the country.
Yep.
Yep. So they take this ship and then fly to South America.
Yep.
To an island off the coast of Peru owned by Pixel, which stands for Paloma Information Exchange Limited. And we're going to hear a lot about Pixel in the issues to come, folks.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hello, Noel Tate.
Hey, Noel.
Hey, Noel.
Doom 2099 time.
Yeah, Noel. Hey, we're all excited here to be reading Doom 2099.
Oh, baby.
Even Ray.
That's right. You know, he considers it, you know.
Nothing better than 4-player.
New Ray drops. Yes.
Yeah.
That's right, kids. That's right, kids. You just heard the voice of Ray from Ray Plays Games on YouTube.
Strongest wrists down under.
No.
Sometimes two-handed.
No. Oh, baby. Oh, yeah.
Oh, baby.
Well, you know, it's like a little tickle on that.
Tight.
Oh. There we go. Drops, kids. I'm sure you'll be hearing plenty of them. Just in, well, for people will be requested this.
Oh, yes.
And I've started selling ringtones. Who's that on the phone? Oh, it's Ray.
Oh, baby.
All right. So Doom in the group here breaking the Pixel.
Yeah, there's a doctor here that they're after, Celia Quinones.
Yeah.
She's one of their lead scientists, and she says, if I'm being shanghaied, then may I please know by whom? Novigrad, Alchemax, Stark, Fujikawa. And Doom says, a brilliant neurosurgeon like yourself deserves more than indentured servitude to the Pixel Corporation. I offer your freedom in exchange for your services. And this part, I remember this really surprised me. I was like, wow, Doom's having nanotech injected into his bloodstream. Holy cow.
Right. Yeah, basically, I guess so that that armor, you know, they quicken the speed of that armor, and yeah, everything's going to be, you know, speed of thought and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And Fortune says, if he can handle the restructuring of his brain and doesn't go mad from the process.
Noel's like, man, I need to bust out my issues. Yeah, especially that first issue foil.
So good. Yeah.
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 Yeah, because a lot of these aren't on the app. That's what we were saying at the beginning of this episode. But then the doctor's like, oh, do you want me to fix your face? You know, reconstruct your face? He's like, no, these scars are a reminder of my pain.
A reminder of my pain, which is classic Doom. Yeah. And then while he's going under, he has a crazy flashback. You are not Doom. I am Doom. Doom's destiny was to rule. That destiny is mine. It's just he's having all these weird fractured memories and a glimpse of the Fantastic Four. Richards and his family again and again. Yeah.
The accursed Richards.
The accursed Richards.
So then we kind of get our first glimpse of that new armor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dr. Quinones says, Pixel won't be thrilled that you've exhausted their adamantium langside stockpile.
Yep. So we're gonna get some adamantium in the mix here.
Yeah.
But the alloy makes the armor lighter and stronger.
Yep.
And it feels like more a part of me, he says. But she says
cyber mesh, yeah, which is this tactile interface with the nanotech.
But yeah, I've been reborn and every moment counts. Dr. Doom is dead. Long live
Doom. Yeah. Oh man, what a great way to end the issue.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I mean, just from my thoughts, again, I love this series too, but I was always like, I don't know, I guess they were worried about connecting everything, but I was like, okay. And I can't remember if this Doom #1 happened before or not, but with time travel, it doesn't matter. Remember Fantastic Four 381 when Reed and Doom, appear to die. Doom kind of looks like he takes them both out.
Oh, yes, right.
I'm like, how awesome would it be if this is where he showed up, and then the mystery would have been like, well, where'd Reed go?
Right, yeah.
Mhm.
And then they have a whole other mystery to solve.
Mhm.
For a while, I thought that might have been what happened.
Mhm.
That's
what I was hoping
It was
originally.
like some weird time travel thing,
Mhm.
and they both went in different directions.
Or the face was unscarred. You know what other theory? I was like, what if they would have said, "Oh, this was Christoph who time traveled
Oh, that's a good
from
point.
some
Yeah,
point,
yeah.
After what we've seen him, but before 2099."
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Hmm.
because that whole like weird fever dream at the end there would have made sense. Would have been like, "You're Doom. I'm not Doom."
Yeah. Right. Yeah, and they keep this mystery going for a good couple of years. They don't resolve this until issue 25, which is an epic conclusion. It's one of the best, most satisfying conclusions to any story I've read in a long
Nice.
time. Yeah, I just love it. I
Oh
love
yeah,
the way
they brought some big stuff for some of those 25s. Like there's a big revelation in Spider-Man 2099, 25 and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah. It was they were they wanted to kind of streamline the 2099 series a little bit, but also launch some of them in new directions, which I feel like they did pretty successly for the most part. Yeah.
No, Doom would inject anything to make him doomier.
Totally.
I got adamantium armor.
Oh, baby.
Oh, baby.
Better than full player.
It's like Christmas. All right. So, anything else, or should we jump to number 2?
Yeah, let's go on. Yeah, move on to number 2.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a good setup here. Again, Modern Comics would have taken
definitely.
a lot longer to set
Absolutely.
this up.
We have so many new characters introduced in this first issue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this second cover too. Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that great? Yeah. So good.
All right. So, got a million things here. That's the only bad thing about the floppies. It's like floppies here. I got screens here. All right.
Yeah.
I can't believe they don't have the first couple on the app.
I know. Just this one introductory story would be perfect to have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Doom 2099, number 2 from February 1993. The Action of the Tiger. I was gonna say I think we have the same team, but Pat Broderick is just doing pencils this time, and John Beatty is doing the ink. So.
Yes, which is a great combo. I think they work really good together here.
Oh yeah, and once again, no synopsis.
No synopsis. So here we go. Basically, pick up where we left off before on the island. It's been a couple of weeks since the previous issue, because Dr. Quinones says that you've done remarkably in 2 weeks. Your body's recovered from neurosurgery, adjusted to your cyber-linked armor, but you're overestimating your ability to confront Tiger Wilde so soon. He's impatient to get back at Tiger Wilde.
Most of all the covers are radical. Oh yeah, especially again. I think Doom 2099 and Spider-Man 2099 were the best 2 books of the line, and
I think so too.
And again, it's 1993. I think they know they have to bring it on the covers.
Yeah. Well, plus they I think those were the ones that lasted the longest.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah, because I think Spider-Man made it to like 46 or something. So
yeah, and this was 44.
Mm.
And I think X-Men was around that. Yeah.
So. Yeah, those are probably that first batch or so. That's probably.
Poor Ravage. Oh man, he'll never get his day in the sun.
Well, Ravage was going to be a hard sell too, because
that was a tough one.
He really didn't have a present day counterpart and stuff.
Yeah, that was a tough one. Yeah. But we get a little bit of backstory about Tiger Wilde.
Yes.
So contracted to Alchemax, Wilde rose to lead their elite corps and complete in his Nazi uniform
No, all the other 2099 titles are crap.
Corporate muscle who forcibly enact their business takeovers.
Yes.
Yeah, hostile takeovers. And then he basically did a coup in Latveria when it was unstable. The leadership was unstable at the time. And he's been draining the resources of the country for his own gain ever since.
Oh my God! So wait a minute. So corporations who, with muscle, who forcibly enact their business takeovers. Boy, no wonder Noel Tate's here. I feel like we summoned him with dark magic.
There's a lot of evil corporate presence in the
Oh,
2099
there's a lot of
list.
evil floating
Pretty much
around
in
the world.
all of them. There's
a lot.
something.
There's a lot of evil floating around in the world right now. I'm sure Noel Tate has a problem with. Remind me to tell you boys who tried to. Well, never mind. I'll tell you off air.
Oh my.
No, dude, we are living in 2099. No, I think 2099 is a little brighter and more hopeful.
Yeah, I think I'd rather deal with Alchemax and Pixel than what we've currently got going on.
Shock it. I think I'd rather live in 2099.
Yeah. Maybe I'll go work for Doom. Maybe
No,
I'll
we're living in 2099 without the sex bot.
I know. Yeah, Lilith needs to fix that, get that prototype ready.
Yes, Lilith Hellfire is
get it ready for mass production.
Yes.
The time is right.
Yeah, they're not quite perfected yet. I hear they're snapping at the waist under pressure. So.
That does need to be perfected first. That's important.
Yeah. But don't worry, kids. Don't worry. They're gonna be green. She did assure me they will be solar powered. So.
Yes. As it should be.
Exactly.
But they leave in the jet, the Diamondback jet, and blow up the base after they leave the island, so they leave no trace of the Pixel stuff behind. Head back to Latveria.
Yeah. Their use of the facilities,
yeah. And then we're introduced to tritonium.
Yes.
An extremely rare mineral mined from Saturn's moons, which bits and pieces of it have fallen in Antarctica.
Yep.
And Tiger Wild has hired this dude named Rook 7 to babysit the tritonium all the way back to Latveria.
I remember the first time I saw that 7 on that guy's head, I was like, oh, could we maybe be doing a 2099 version of the Secret Empire?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It would have been cool. Yeah.
How awesome would that be? A 2099 war between Doom and the Secret Empire.
Secret Empire, yeah. Well, the Secret Empire did kind of form after he took over the U.S., but we'll get to that later.
But yeah, it seems like they're having a harder time getting back into Latveria than they had leaving Latveria.
Yes. Yeah. But that jet is easily able to evade the rockets.
Well, I love they fired 2 Stark Fujikawa scramblers right at us, and I'll Doom. I've dealt with Stark technology before.
Yeah.
An annoyance, no more.
An annoyance. Yeah. Yeah, I love that. And at the Latvian Ministry of Defense, a robot created by Doom, humanoid robot, has exploded. And there's also a demonstration, a riot outside of Tiger Wild's skyscraper.
Oh, yeah.
People are starving. Kids are sick. They get mad. But then this sonic device comes down and the deafening noise clears them all out.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I love when Tiger Wild gets told about the robot, and he's like, Alchemex again, and it's like, unlikely. They prefer Bishop agents these days. Tiger, I've heard they were having lab trouble. And again, see Spider-Man 2099 number 1.
Number 1. That's true. You could say they're definitely having lab trouble.
Oh yeah, can kids? Yes, human spiders, all this nonsense. Yes.
Yeah. But then they discovered that pixel serial numbers were identified on the remains of the robot, and Tiger Wilde immediately thinks that they're doing a double deal with the Tritonium. So he gets De Vargas on the line, who is the leader of Pixel, who's the CEO. And De Vargas is this dude who has a major germ phobia. He's sheathed his entire body in like this plastic cocoon, which feeds pure oxygen into his lungs.
You'll appreciate this when from the where his head's in. You can see his head encased in that plastic. It reminded me of Preston Payne, Clayface 3.
Oh, totally. Yes, absolutely. I got that vibe too. This character is so cool, De Vargas. Yeah, I love how, because I hadn't seen a character like this before at this point. I thought, what a neat idea for a CEO of a company in the future. Like, he's a germaphobe.
2099 Howard Hughes.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, to the extreme. And he travels around in this wild zeppelin I think it's called the Cicada. It's so cool. Yeah. But then we go back to Doom and the rest of the Zero clan up in the mountains. And Fortune is not happy that Doom has been kind of taking over and bossing everybody around and sending Wire and Zandra off to run his personal errands. And Doom says, my courier discovered a shipment of Tritonium due in Latveria soon. In order that we acquire the valuable cargo before Tiger Wilde, I requested Wire and Zandra procure its transport schedule. Satisfied? And then Fortune says, no, in the future you will discuss these things with me. I won't have you endangering the lives of my people. This is my favorite part in this issue. Doom says, if you are through, I have more important things to attend to. And he's just standing there.
With his back to her.
He's just standing there, like, looking out over onto a mountain vista. Like, he's not, like, doing anything. He's just standing there. I have more important things to attend to. And Fortune walks away from him and she goes, arrogant son of a... I love it. I love it so much. Oh, it's great.
But then Doom goes back to that castle and is basically like reminiscing, or
having more visions of the past. He says, I remember being old. The age of heroes was over. I danced on the graves of both enemies and allies. Yet, for all my accomplishments, foreboding gnawed at me like a cancer, and so I hurled myself again into the void. Chasing phantoms I knew wove subtle patterns of discord in the fabric of my empire. Whether I found these insidious wraiths, I do not know. I remember only the pain, and the full truth of my past continues to elude me. So good.
But then we see Tiger with Fortune, and he's like, where have you been? She's talking about an obligation to the council, and she's like, I am your obligation.
Yeah, and he hits her. Yeah, he gets really nasty.
Yeah. So funny seeing the cyborg, like, standing there in a robe.
I know, in his smoking jacket. Yeah. We see Wire and Zandra.
Oh, yeah. Creating the distraction so Wire can get in there and hack. Yeah.
Hacking some stuff. Yep. And then we're introduced to another character, Phil, who comes to their assistance when they're found out, and his name is Poet.
Yep. Because he basically had like a holographic disguise and stuff.
Yeah. He knocks out the guard from behind with a baton.
But yeah, Doom's basically like, why did you come to our aid? He's like, I was raiding the Pixel compound for Meditech when you took over the island. I figured anyone taking WoW on deserves a little help. He says he wants nothing in return right now, but saying my support is a favor for an old friend.
And we'll see who that friend is eventually. Yeah.
And I love that, just that panel, like when they zoom in on Doom's face, like the armor is so silver and shining out. You can see reflections of stuff in front of him.
Yeah, you can see reflections of the clouds and the trees. Yeah, it's really nice. It's very subtle, but it's so well done. I feel like I love the art of Pat Broderick.
Oh yeah,
I feel like he's kind of an unsung hero of this era of comic books. His art is so underappreciated, but everything that he ever did that I read, I really always enjoyed it. Yeah, and I feel like this is his best in Doom 2099. This is his best artwork right here.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And then, oh my god, this last part when Doom like breaks into the plane like right before it lands, he's like, this is when they're going to least expect someone to try to hijack this thing, or like
right when it's about to land, exactly.
So he goes in for the Tritonium, but then he has to battle this.
Rook 7.
Yeah, the guard they have on the plane. Yeah,
who blasts him with a focused sonic beam. Who he then tries to grab the Tritonium and jump with it, but Doom starts blasting the ship to hasten its descent. And this part here is great too. They start grappling for the Tritonium.
Well, yeah, because I guess if it's like a Doom keeps blasting, he's going to blow them and the Tritonium up. So he's like, yeah.
Right. He's going to get in close. So he says, my memory of my past is fragmented, yet my martial arts training in Tibet remains vividly clear.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Doom grabs the Tritonium. He's like, am I too late? And we see the plane blow up, and then everyone on the ground's like, oh, wait, that Tritanium. They're like, wait, someone survived. And I love this. You see the Dooms walking out of the flames. Tell Tiger Wow that Doom has returned and war is declared.
And he's holding the Tritonium. Yeah.
Yeah, just walking out of them flames. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
What another great way to end the issue. Yeah.
Basically, we ended it almost the same way as the issue 1. I am Doom.
Yeah. Another great issue. Yeah, this one made me so happy. It was such a great continuation from the first, from the beginning.
And again, I mean, this book was I mean, they make it look easy, but I mean, this book had to have been a little bit of a challenge because again, everything prior to this series, we're usually like rooting against Doom. That whoever he's facing, be it the Fantastic Four, whoever, we're like, we want them to win, but all of a sudden, and now we want Doom to win.
Yeah, he's the focus. He's the main character. So, yeah, what is it? It really was a masterstroke that they pulled this off as well as they did. Yeah, because this could have been terrible in a lot of ways. This could have been, a pastiche of a bunch of different Dooms that had come before, or some radical new vision that didn't feel like Doom at all. But all of the characterizations and all the dialogue that have come in these last couple of issues are spot on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see here. All right. You ready for the next one?
Yes. Number 3. In the Grip of Doom.
I know that's another cool cover too.
Yeah. Love it. Love it.
Man, look at that giant hand.
Yeah.
Strongest wrist down under.
All right. Doom 2099 number 3 from March 1993. Unto the Breach. I think same team as last.
Same team.
Yep. And no synopsis. All right.
Yeah, so this is Zafiro. We're up in the hangar, the secret base. And they're talking about what they're going to do next. And all of a sudden we see, well, Zandra's talking about Doom. She goes, he's not one of us. I don't think he's even human. And then suddenly you see Doom phasing through the side of the ship.
Yes.
Yeah.
He says he's adapted a phase shifter into his new armor with my neural armor link. Its control now requires only concentration.
Yeah.
Basically, he's grabbed one of the Vision's powers. Yes.
Yeah, he can become intangible at will. I love that.
Oh, that would have been a cool element if, like, you know, any heroes he ever faced that had like tech-based powers, if he could like start integrating them into that armor.
Mm-hmm.
Or if he had like an AI in his armor, it was like Ultron or something.
Oh, well, and as we'll see in later issues, the nanotech and stuff actually come back to bite him in the ass.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But they're talking about the Tritonium and how this is going to be the bait for Tiger Wilde, because he wants this for his deal. He wants to use it against Pixel. Or Pixel against Alchemax. This is big corporate pissing battle, basically, between Pixel and Alchemax. He wants to tip the balance by using the Tritonium. And so Doom knows that that will be his downfall if he takes the bait.
I just love it's like, it can't be Alchemax. If Alchemax had the Tritonium, you know, if they had pulled the Tritonium, that Tyler Stone would make certain I knew he loves the glow.
Yeah.
That he does.
Indeed.
But then I love Doom kind of making his little almost like his presidential campaign. It's like, here,
yes,
you guys starving? Here's some crates of food for you.
Here's some Cynthia food crates. Remember the voice of Doom. And you hear all these people in the crowd. Grandmother told me about Doom. He'd be ancient.
I love people. Who cares?
Yeah, we're starving. Don't matter. Yeah. And then some guardsmen immediately come down to investigate what's going on, because it's not every day that somebody just dumps food in the town square. But Doom says, pilot the ship. I will take care of our would-be captors. Wire says, I have no love for guardsmen, but that was cold, Doom. Absolute zero. And Doom says, I do what must be done. And that was another thing I loved about this film, was because even though, like, we're supposed to be rooting for Doom because he's kind of the protagonist, he's still like,
he's still the old Doom.
Yeah, he's still not a nice guy. Like, he's not gonna do like the heroic thing, even though you really want him to.
Yeah, no warning, no nothing. Just like, oh, they're following us.
Yeah, blow up the guardsmen, don't matter. And that's just the tip of the iceberg of what we'll see. Then we have a meeting between Vargas and Tiger Wilde. Yeah.
Vargas is not happy that they've lost the Tritonium. Without it, they cannot undercut Alchemax's North American energy monopoly.
Yeah, this is big corporate contest between these two.
I love, who is Doom? No one of consequence. I'm like, oh, that's going to come to bite you in the ass.
Yeah.
So I love the Vargas leaves, and I love Tiger Wilde. Go back to Madrid, you shrink-wrapped, sanctimonious creep.
Yeah. Oh, and on the next page, here we are, where we see a Wire actually surfing the net.
Yep. Oh,
on the surfboard and everything.
1993.
Oh, I love it. Here we go.
But yeah, he's like getting defense codes from Tiger Wild's system. Then someone left this big ass message for Doom. Well, it's all in binary 010110.
Yeah.
Yeah, the message to the Independent called Doom, and then you have to break the because it's encrypted. The Pixel Corporation wishes to negotiate for the Tritonium's return because their faith in Tiger Wad is rapidly diminishing.
Yeah, when they see a great 2-page spread of a image of Doom appearing before the populace, because he says,
2-page spread, kids.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
They black out the city.
Yep.
They cause the drainage system to back up with sewage going everywhere.
Oh yeah.
And as all this chaos is happening, he's going to appear to the people in a hologram and say, "Citizens, behold the Latveria of Tiger Wild, a Latveria of darkness and disorder. Await the new order of the new Latveria. Await doom."
I love Doom. Then he goes to visit the Vargas. I love, get out, you're unclean, you're contaminating everything.
You're crawling with germs, bacteria, viral strains, thousands upon thousands.
He tells him, he's like, you want the Tritonium back, you will have to endure my presence.
Yeah. So they have a bit of they broker a bit of a deal.
Yeah, because the Vargas is like, give me the Tritonium, and Pixel will offer clemency. Just keep your distance. Clemency? You are in no position to dictate terms. My author is this. Withdraw your support for Wild, and I won't use the Tritonium against Pixel. And then the Vargas is like, okay, wait, abandon Wild?
Right.
Agreed.
Yeah, all right. Now leave. And then he activates emergency sanitation protocols. Once Doom is out.
Then Tiger Wild's mad. He's like, he steals my Tritonium, shuts down my cities. How can one man sabotage so much? So much. But then he's like, maybe he's not alone. He's like, who would gain the most by my defeat?
Yeah.
His right hand man's like, I think I get nothing out of that.
Yeah. First he thinks Zone is betraying him. He's getting real paranoid. Yeah.
But then, Zone basically gives him a picture they got from satellite surveillance of Doom and Fortune.
Uh-oh.
Maybe shouldn't be talking out in the open on that cliff there.
Yeah, you never know who might be watching. And then we get a glimpse back with Doom and Vox, which is a one-sided conversation because Vox cannot speak. But we see here that it looks like Vox has the eye of Agamotto.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
It almost looks like that. And there's a little bit of magic which happens here at Vox's command. And Doom is kind of lost in a bit of a trance. It says his perception of the present fades into a misty haze. And for a moment, he staggers on a precipice suspended over a chasm of memory, so close to his elusive past.
Oh, yeah, because we see something about him destroying a city or something, and some woman dying. Yeah.
But
then he gets interrupted. He was so close, but the spell's broken.
Who dares? And it's Sandra. I dare. We're up to our butts in rad waste. She's freaking out. Because guess who's showing up at the mountain base?
Oh, yeah, Tiger Wild.
Wild.
Yep,
with a bunch of troops, bunch of guns.
Threatening to bury them in that mountain hangar. So.
Yeah. Big cliffhanger ending.
Oh yeah, so far cliffhanger not so much a cliffhanger, but pretty good endings on these.
Yeah, it makes you want to see what happens next.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. When this came out, I was eagerly waiting every issue.
Oh yeah,
I got them every week. As soon as that came out, I snapped it right up. I said, "That's on my list this week."
Yeah, I go ahead. Yeah, I was like that for at least for the first 6 months of this. Although, but then too, it was kind of sketchy. Like I was having trouble finding these, like on this. I think I was still on like newsstands and spinner racks, but
yeah, after issue, I think it was around issue 25 with the embossed cover and stuff. After that, I think that they started going like direct market or something. They
yeah, they
started
all
getting
might have.
hard to
Yeah,
find. Yeah. Yeah. And I think towards the end of the series, they had low print runs, those last few issues of each title. So that made it even harder to get them. I might be wrong about that, but I have a feeling that some of those last few issues weren't very well circulated. Let's put it that way.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some of like the like I know with the Spider-Mans and I think the Dooms too, maybe it's like the end of the series are more harder to it's harder to find some of those issues because the print run was lower. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. So ready to do the last one?
Yes. The conclusion.
All right. Grovel before your new king, Tiger Wild.
Another great cover.
Oh my god, it's too bad like Doom isn't like good with like the humor and stuff because it was like Spider-Man or something. Be like, I don't think so, Tony. That's the only thing. That's the only thing Doom's lacking is like a good sense of like
sarcastic.
stuff.
Yeah. He's too serious.
All right, Doom 2099 number 4 from April 1993. Fire answers fire. Same team, and once again, no synopsis. All right.
Yep.
I didn't figure there would be at this point.
Yeah, that's okay.
So yeah, the book opens. Yeah, the attacks are starting, and
the battle is joined.
Yeah, they blast their way in, and then Tiger Wild's basically so give me Doom and the Tritonium. Basically telling Fortune or watch your beloved tribe die one by one before your eyes.
Wire got knocked out in a concussion grenade blast.
Mm-hmm. But then you hear, you won't get the Tritanium from Fortune, Tiger Wild. You must face me first. Basically, giant holographic face of Doom.
Yeah. And this exchange is great.
Oh, yeah.
Tiger Wild says, "You can't hide behind a hologram, Doom. Surrender the Tritonium or I'll drown you in," I'm not going to say it. I'm going to say Romani.
Yes, the G word. Yes.
I don't use that word.
Yeah. I'm just saying yes. Yeah.
But then Doom says, "Kill them all. It will do you no good." Doom does not surrender. "You said you would bury me beneath this mountain. I am prepared to do the same." And he issues a challenge to Tiger Wild to meet him one-on-one.
Yeah, because he said, "I promise the Tritonium to detonate unless you face me alone."
"I wait you below," he says. I love that because he's threatening to kill all the hostages, and Doom's like, "Yeah, go ahead, do it. I don't care." It's such perfect Doom.
Tiger Wild's like, "Yeah, I have no problem going down there, and I'll take great pleasure in sending him back to the grave."
"This tin-plated anachronism has caused me great trouble." Zandra's not too pleased about what he said. She's like, "Kill them all? Is that all we are to you? Cannon fodder?"
He's like, "This is a war of strategy. I cannot allow the Wild to use the tribe against me." But yeah, she wants to go up, and he's like, "Kill, girl, you can't overpower Wild's troops."
Yeah.
Tells her to take Fox and keep him safe.
He's not a warrior, so he needs someone to protect him.
That's right. But again, we get this whole thing about the Tritonium and basically Doom's thought process in this splash page,
Yeah. He says Doom will reclaim what is rightfully his country, his people, his throne. And revenge? Yes, there's that also.
Yeah,
Doom loves his revenge. That must be admitted.
yes, he
He
does.
loves his revenge.
But yeah, the Wild's troops are basically saying, he's dang, he's on this floor, and give us time, and we can set up a magnetic pulse to like shut down any traps. Tiger Wild's like, no, this is between the two of us. I'll go my way.
He just jumps down. And he finds the tritonium. He says, I see you've wired the tritonium to a detonator, Doom, a futile gesture. I will kill you long before the device is triggered.
Doom's just like, he wants insurance to make sure, none of Tiger Wild's flunkies come down, so. And Wild says, or the Zephyro, and Doom's like, they'll survive, no matter what happens here.
Yeah. They'll survive no matter the outcome.
I love Tiger Wild blasting with that big 90s gun. Says, back to the dust, old man.
Yeah, it's a total 90s gun, isn't it? Yeah. But it has no effect.
Yep.
He says, I have not returned to my homeland to be driven away by some mechanized carpetbagger.
Carpetbagger, strong words for one who believes he's a decades dead monarch. But yeah, it says if you choose to live as Doom, you'll die as Doom.
Yeah, then they start duking it out, and there's this another full page spread
full of Kirby Crackle.
Love it. Kirby Crackle all over the place. It's so good.
But I love Tiger Wild's like, how could this be? My disruption field should fry your armor circuitry, shutting down your power systems. And Doom's like, did you think you could succeed twice with the same, the same thing you did to him in issue 1? He's like, really? You thought?
Yeah.
And again, you were the one who made it painfully clear us unprepared for this world. Now you face a new Doom, one whose armor rechannels frequency disruption back at the sender. But yeah, Doom's not an idiot. You get him with
he
something.
Learns from his mistakes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. He adapts.
Especially when he's the quote unquote hero of the book. Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah. You're not gonna catch him sleeping. Yeah, and then Tiger Wild says, I rebuilt my body piece by piece, took this country for my own, not through technology, but by force of will. Latveria is mine, Doom, mine. And Doom says, just casually bashes him aside and says, Latveria has never been yours, Wild. Oh, man, it's so good.
As that Kirby Crackle is turning, the whole panel is green.
Yeah. Oh, man, I love it. I love it so much.
But then we see the tribe getting back together here.
Yep, Poet has rejoined the group. He's back. And he shoots a neural grenade at one of the hovercraft.
Yep.
Which knocks out one of the pilot and causes that to crash into the one next to it, causing this huge chain reaction of explosions. Zone is about to execute Fortune in cold blood, but she is saved at the last moment by Poet.
That's right.
And Fortune is not happy to see him. They know each other.
Yep. She
said, you've got a nerve coming back here, so there's some bad blood here right off the bat. Yeah. There's problems, but we'll eventually discover what that's about. And then we get back to the Kirby Crackle Phil.
Oh yeah.
3 full panels of it. I love it so much.
Yeah, but Tiger Wild basically just all the trash talk, basically, all the stolen technology in the world can't protect you forever from my disruptors. And Tensei, tell me again the old days of the power and glory of Dr. Doom, whose schemes were continually undone by armchair intellectuals and sidewalk vigilantes.
Yes. Yeah. He's not playing Tiger Wild. Yeah, he's yeah.
You only ever mastered self-obsession, Doom.
He's going right for the throat with Doom. He doesn't care.
But he tells him,
Sidewalk vigilantes.
I know. He's like, yeah, mock me. He's like, but you too suffer and slow from battle with this anachronism. Perhaps history will be kinder to you than I will be.
It's not weakness you sense, but a diversion of power to knock out the structural supports of this mountain chamber, Tiger Wild says.
Trying to bring it down on Doom, yeah.
Yeah. Burying him under an avalanche. And then we get a panel which is basically the cover. And Tiger Wild looming over him with this big hunk of machinery.
And Doom has like another kind of a flashback, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yes, he's some members, yeah, when he was like
another place
tortured here,
yeah. And it says in the dialogue, it says he knows he will not survive this, and he will die in this foreign place, far from his home, far from Latveria.
So yeah, so then Tiger Wild thinks he's won. He's like, I should thank you, Doom. You've shaken me out of my administrative complacency. Once I cripple Alchemex's energy concerns with the Tritonium, I will repay the Vargas for betraying me. Then, with controlling interest of both Pixel and Alchemex, I will begin worldwide corporate acquisition. Too bad you won't be around to redefine hostile takeover. But he's like, wait a minute, the detonator's been activated, and it's Doom. It is a good day to die.
It is a good day to die.
He says, yeah, he said, you destroyed just one of my armor systems, fail safes, initiated backup systems. Even now, the nanotech in my body is repairing my broken bones, staunching the bleeding. I do not die easy. So basically, he's given himself a technological healing factor.
Yes. Yeah, those nanites are repairing everything that's wrong with him.
Like all the great 90s kids had the healing factor. Yeah.
That's right. And the Tritonium will explode in seconds, Tiger Wild says. And Doom says, as I planned from the beginning, let the mountain bury us both. So good.
And
this is what happens. The mountain blows up.
And basically takes whatever was left of the castle with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're basically like, yeah, no one, it's the old, no one could have survived that. Yeah.
Well, you spoke too soon there.
Yeah, but they're like, oh, without Doom, we don't have any chance against any of the megacorps. And then they're like, wait a minute. And
wait.
Then Doom pulled a Jesus Christ. I am.
Yeah. Floating right out of that wreckage. That's my favorite part of the whole issue.
Oh, yeah.
It floats right out of there.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I mean, besides the story being good, yeah, there are some good visuals in this.
And the dialogue is great. It says, the armored ghost's voice betrays none of the strain required the instant before the Tritonium detonated to ignore the pain of his battered limbs and concentrate on the phasing technology within his armor, which allowed the explosion's force and the mountain's weight to flow through him like a breeze.
So see, kids, yeah, that phase shifter from last issue is coming in handy.
That saved him here. Love it. Love it.
But yeah, so basically Doom has the Tritonium now. He said half of it's gonna power Latveria through the next century, and the other half he'll keep for his own purposes.
Fortune says, I'm just thankful you didn't destroy the entire Malhalla mountain range in that suicide gambit.
My risk was justified. Latveria is free of Tiger Wild.
Yeah.
I love what she's like, forgive me if I don't share your vision for world or desire for world domination.
Yeah. Latveria alone will be enough challenge, she says.
Yeah, I love. He's like, yeah, you misinterpret me. I returned to a world teetering on the brink of destruction, a house of cards destined to collapse under the weight of political and corporate factionalism. If
that sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that tomorrow is to be avoided. The world must be rebuilt and restructured, and I am the architect of the future.
I'm the architect of that future.
Which again, I mean, 2099, you're like, maybe he's gonna pull this off because again, it's like, what at this moment there's no Fantastic Four.
There's no Avengers.
The Spider-Man is one who's never met Doom before, so
there's really no heroes.
Like
there's no heroes at all. I mean, there's the beginnings of ones with Spider-Man, and later on we'll see the X-Men. I mean, I don't think you could count Ghost Rider or Punisher 2099 as heroes, or even Ravage to that degree. Yeah, there's really no heroes in this era, so this is a very interesting time for Doom to be hanging around in.
Oh yeah, and at this point, none of them know he's here. So
exactly, yeah, yes. So, what did you think of these, Phil? This is probably your first time reading these in a while, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been a few years since I read these. You know what? I was thinking I enjoyed these when I first read them. Like in the 90s and stuff. I thoroughly enjoyed this reading. For some reason, I enjoyed these even more than like back in the 90s. Yeah.
Maybe just they have held up well.
Different eyes, yeah, but
yeah. And reading this whole story like in one go is also nice because it does have a really good flow to it, and it feels like a full chapter, full beginning, middle, and end of a story.
And again, kids, these issues and a lot of the ones from this series aren't on the Marvel app. They might be eventually, but if they aren't, either way, there is a collection of the whole series in May, I think. Yeah,
it's the entire thing, right? Yeah,
it's a hardcover. Yeah.
Wow, 44 issues.
Yep.
Damn. I wonder if they're going to put. It must be they probably will put a couple of other things. They must have some extra stuff in there, like that World of Doom special and a couple of other things.
Yeah. Let me look this up because I did look it up on Amazon today. I mean, it was 100. I think they had it listed for $150, but I wouldn't.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah,
that went on sale not too long after the release. Because, like I said, I got that John Byrne Superman Batman with all 3 miniseries, and that was like $75. It was on sale for like 40 around Christmas.
Oh yeah, sometimes you can find really good deals on those omnibus.
Oh,
definitely. Yeah.
Sometimes even at your local shops, kids. Let's see. It collects Doom 2099 1 through 44, Fantastic Four 2099 1 through 8.
Oh wow, okay.
Fantastic Four 413, because again, I think Doom.
There's a crossover. Yes.
Yeah. So that issue's in there, and then material from 2099 Unlimited 5 through 8, 2099 Special World of Doom #1.
So. There we go. World of Doom. Yeah. And the 2099 Unlimited. I forgot about those.
Yeah, I guess probably just the Doom stuff, but yeah. So all 44 issues of Doom 2099, Fantastic Four 29 1 through 8.
That's surprising that they put the Fantastic Four stuff in there because I've got all 8 issues of those, and I don't remember Doom being in all of them.
Unless they're just throwing it in just because it's 8 issues, you really can't get a book this size with the 8 issues of Fantastic Four.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So yes, I mean you're getting like
wow, that's a great selection.
53, 50, probably like I mean you're getting over 50. I mean 54,
something like that.
Yeah, because that 2099 Unlimited stuff, those probably aren't full issues, but
those are those are short ones, but they're
probably getting around 55 issues worth of content there.
That's really good.
Oh yeah,
and just to have that entire series of Doom 2099 in one place, that's worth the price alone. Yeah, I might even get that just to, like I said, most of my floppies, some of the covers are missing or they're battered and beaten up, so having a nice big hardcover volume to read would be probably a nice upgrade. Yeah.
You know what you could do too? You could pull Will Allred if you're ever back on camera. Just put a bookshelf behind you or something, and just have like yeah, the big collections or your
the
graphic
greatest
novels
hits.
and
Yes,
stuff. Yeah.
yes. That is a good idea. I know I need to get my cam situation fixed. Once I get that resolved, we'll be good. Yeah.
That's right. Come on, we need some Al Biscuit to bring people in here. Come on. Oh my god. It's really funny, just like a cardboard, life-size cardboard standing like name on it or something.
Yeah. In the background, yeah, looming over my shoulder.
Oh my god, how great would that be if it was like wearing a smoking jacket or something?
A different outfit for every day.
Yeah,
I love it.
Strongest wrists down under. Oh baby, nothing better than foreplay.
So many drops of Ray will be getting the Scarlet Spider episodes.
Oh, I love it.
All right,
with even more to come in the future.
Hail, yes. But no, I'm glad you picked these. Yeah, it was a nice taking a stroll down Doom 2099 lane again.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I'll definitely be keen to pick up where we left off at some point down the road.
Oh yeah. But yeah, you're good with next time doing those three. I picked.
Yes, you picked two different stories for us.
Yes. You're probably more 90s goodness, kids. Even before these, I believe. Yeah, because Amazing Spider-Man 350. I know we had talked about doing that before, so yeah, we're gonna get there. That one's crazy. But then Avengers 332 and 333,
featuring Rage.
A whole lot of Avengers, yes.
A whole lot of Avengers, Dr. Doom, and some cupcakes.
Yep. Breaking into Avengers, the new Avengers headquarters.
Yeah, that's a cool story. I'm glad you picked that one too, because Russell, I think, is joining us for that episode, and I don't think he's read any of those. So I'm really
I can't wait to hear his thoughts on those. Yeah. Especially the cupcakes.
The cupcakes! I can't wait. Yeah, I think he's gonna love it.
Oh my god, we did those on the Quantum Zone, those cupcake issue.
Because Quasar was in that.
Quasar was in there with a whole lot of other people. For the longest time, Will was just like, you mentioned those cupcakes. He was like,
cupcakes. I know. I'm going to be craving cupcakes by the end of that episode.
Yeah, that's right, kids. Zoom gets taken out by cupcake. You'll see.
Yes. It has to be seen to be believed.
That's right. All right. Anything else, Justin?
No, I think we did a good job with our introduction to Doom 2099, and maybe sometime before the end of the year we'll go back and do another episode or two of it and do a few more issues. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
So kids, send us your thoughts, all your 2099 thoughts, your stuff. Your thoughts on the upcoming, the Spider-Man issue and the Avengers issues, requests. I mean, me and Justin were talking today about, doing some Kristoff stuff.
Kristoff, definitely.
Maybe doing, again, we did some Burn in January, but maybe some Burn Fantastic Four with Doom in them.
Yeah, definitely. And I think we also discussed doing Triumph and Torment at some point.
Yes.
Yeah. That'd be fun to do.
We gotta
get Russell in on that one.
Yeah. I mean, if we can wait, I think we should do that in October.
Oh, right around Halloween time.
Yeah.
Good point. Yeah. That's a good idea.
Doom and Doctor.
Yeah, we'll see what Russell thinks, because I definitely think he'd be keen to join us for that one.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right. So yes, kids, send us your thoughts on all of it. Requests. Things that we've done, things that are coming up. Email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes Lunatics episodes, social. No, that's the wrong thing. Yes, go to the new website. Automatic tonight. All right, CapesLunatics.wordpress.com to find all our episodes from the beginning of time. You can buy merchandise. Go to TeePublic and Spring and search Capes and Lunatics. And again, another diabolical evil genius who literally has plans for the future. Lil Hellfire demands that you rain random money on his Cash App link.
Make it rain.
If you haven't listened to if you've listened to the January Patreon, you know what her plans are.
Oh yes, I've still got to listen to that this weekend.
Oh yeah, she has a new scheme. Yes. All right. So speaking of the aforementioned Patreon, yes, please subscribe to the Patreon, get exclusive uncensored episodes from myself and Lil Hellfire. And again, if you are a patron like Justin here, you can suggest topics like what we
join me.
Yes. But also, yes, we did take the one suggestion Ray sent us and did that in January.
Yeah, I can't wait to listen to that this weekend. That's going to be great.
Oh yeah. Trust me, you're going to be like, she's doing what? But again, in February, I believe we're going to do what we did last year and cover the AVN Adult Video News Awards.
Ooh, okay.
Our littlest favorite entertainment. Yes.
Nice.
All right. So remember, kids.
Strongest wrists down under.
Oh my god. Dueling wrist drops now.
Strongest wrists down under.
I wonder if my wrist is ready for that.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh my god. All right, kids. Subscribe to the Patreon, patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Which again, I always promise you will be fresh, new, and
more vicious and brutal than ever.
That's right.
All right. Now for this Justin the Owl. You can catch him every well, you can catch him once a month for now on One World Under Doom, the Dr. Doom podcast, once a month on Energon Universe, also
returning by popular demand.
Yep. Oh yes. We'll cover all the new Transformers and G.I. Joe content. You can catch him every week here on either Marvel Tales, X-Men Classics, sometimes both. So
sometimes both.
And then on Capes and no. Over here still, yes. He's the new co-host with me and Ray on the Scarlet Spider episodes, which we'll be covering a lot of Slingers this year too. So
Slingers. We'll be spending most of the year with Slingers, and I'm excited for
that stuff. Yes.
Yeah, it'll be brand new to me.
Oh, nice! I can't wait. Oh,
yeah.
Even those Spider-Man issues that lead up to it, when he's wearing those suits, so much good stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The identity crisis stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really interested in that.
All right. And you can also catch him over on Capes Lunatic Sidekicks at least once a month on We Are the Night, the Batman podcast. And Azrael. And he will join us for some Catwoman, some Anarchy. He'll be popping in time to time. And he also pops in every so often on Electric Mullet, the Superman podcast.
That's right.
And I know, Lilith, and I want to get you at least on one episode of Salty and Petty to talk,
Oh, yeah.
The three of us can talk our experiences of being only latchkey children.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And
we will definitely do that, yeah.
And trying to explain how crazy the 90s were to this younger generation.
Yes, it has to be seen through our eyes to be understood.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, but again, you'd think that's more than enough shows for any human being, but no, this Justin the Owl, half man, half
even
owl.
More.
There's more. So tell them about these shows, Justin.
Every month you can find me and my pal Russell over on Gamma Charge talking about either the sensational She-Hulk or the Immortal Hulk. We're covering both series. And over on our Patreon for certain paying tiered members, we are doing a series covering DC's version of the Hulk, or one of them rather, called Damage. So be sure to check that out. It's worth every penny. And over on Predator and Prey, we're joined by the aforementioned High Priest of Khonshu, Ray, and Sparky to discuss some classic Dark Horse comics from the 90s, featuring Fox's Predator. And last but not least, also speaking of the 90s, over on the Lost Library of Legends, my solo show, I will be doing a multiple part retrospective, which has already begun actually, on a 90s title from the Malibu Ultraverse.
We're going back to the 90s here, bitch.
All the way back to the 90s.
Will you ever get sick of the 90s, Justin?
I don't think so.
No. Well, some of it. Some of it I never want to revisit again, like the crapping.
I was going to say, we covered all that. We don't have to go back to that.
Yeah, we never have to go back to that again.
Boo, long-haired Superman, boo.
And there. And 0 Hour. Boo, 0 Hour.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because your favorite JSA.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Not a fan. Not a fan.
Oh, that's naughty.
That's so funny that like Will hates like Emerald Twilight and stuff and 0 Hour because you know what they did to Hal Jordan. Meanwhile, that's like Lil's favorite version of Hal Jordan.
No, that's so funny. The Parallax version is her favorite.
She's like the ultimate form of like captain of bad life decisions.
Is that when he had all 10 rings? He had
Oh yeah, on that cover.
Yeah,
That's where it all started. Yeah.
Of course, not Hal Jordan.
Oh,
that's so funny.
All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us. See the master in the future.
Yes.
Again, we'll be back in a month, hopefully with our good pal Russell to talk.
Yes, hopefully Russell will be joining us again.
Amazing Spider-Man 350 with Eric Larson art.
Eric Larson and a cameo from the Black Fox.
That's right. And the and Avengers 332 and 333.
Featuring a whole lot of Avengers.
Oh yeah.
A new member named Rage.
Doom is gonna doom it up in them issues.
Yes. Things are gonna get crazy at Avengers Mansion.
All right, kids, come back next time. And remember, long live Doom.
One world under doom.
Need flames under the back in the background.